In this special edition of Flying Doodles, we take you to the biggest fly-in the known universe. That's right, it's Oshkosh 2019. We give you a taste of the sights and sounds there. We give you a peek at some pretty unique airplanes and interview some vendors and exhibitors at the show. I'm having flashbacks that I'm in a dorm room. Like, I remember being in a dorm room before. That's because we are in a dorm room. Where are we? She doesn't know where we are. We're at the University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh, their dorm room.
We're different every day. That was a hard question.
Okay, so we were at Oshkosh. We're gonna go. We were there, kind of scoping the place out yesterday, and so now I'm bringing all my gear. We're gonna see if we can get into some trouble, like filming.
This is my side of the room.
Oh yeah, see, we have separate beds. So, anyway, let's go to Oshkosh and check it out. We're at the University of Wisconsin dorms because there are no more hotel rooms, and we didn't want to camp. So here we are.
Yay!
Advice number one about going to Oshkosh: wear comfortable shoes and learn the
you need maps.
Yeah, and learn the like the shuttle bus route, because you want to take those pretty much everywhere.
And
look at all
they do
this.
like daily passes and weekly passes.
Yeah.
So some of these things are
It's not cheap. Like a weekly pass is like 125 bucks. So there's a lot of camping here. What most people do is they fly in their own airplane and they just put a tent right up underneath it, and there's lots of they even have these like grocery stores that, I mean, they're used once.
We got fresh produce, bread, coffee.
They build all this stuff just for this event once a year. I mean, like they have these big giant bathrooms and showers and all that stuff.
Yeah, they even have like a toothbrush in case you forgot it.
Well, if you think about it, so there's like 600,000 people come here, and probably the average ticket is $150 per person. So you do the math on that, it's like $90 million a year.
All built for this 1 week.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
It's like airplane Disneyland.
If I screwed up my math on that, then
leave a comment below.
Leave a comment below. They have all the parking and the camping separated in different. This is the general aviation area. So just your general aviation. And then they have your vintage airplanes, which is where we parked. I don't know what they consider a vintage, anything maybe 1980 or earlier or something like that. Then they have the Warbirds parking, and then the twins and the seaplanes and the home builds and all that. So we're gonna kind of take you on a little tour of that. So here's general aviation, kind of showing you a little of that. But we're gonna head over to the Warbirds and check out some of the airplanes and stuff they have there. This is a replica of an American and Canadian Air Force base in Italy in World War II. So they have this like living reenactment camp where the people live here and where the, have the same cots and everything as the people did back in World War II. Although I did see a guy filling up his canteen with Powerade. I'm not sure Powerade was back around in World War II. Just saying.
Coca-Cola Classic was.
Yeah, Coca-Cola Classic. Volunteers wear appropriate uniforms and hang out in the camp, reenacting the daily life there. So you think it's talking about this bomb, but no, it's talking about that bomb. Be careful.
Bombshell.
So this is some of the equipment they used, I guess, World War II mostly, or what?
It's all World War II, and it's representative of the weapons used by an infantry company during World War II, American infantry.
What was the most common gun used?
M1 Garand.
M1 Garand. All right, will you hold that?
U.S. rifle caliber 30 M1.
Okay.
8-round in-block, semi-automatic, gas-operated 30-06.
30-06 is what you said.
Same thing, same cartridges. The 1903 Springfield, 03A3, and the 03A4 Springfield, and the BAR, Browning Automatic Rifle, and the M1919 A4 Browning machine gun. They all use
they all use the 30-06?
Yep.
Thanks, guys, for.
Sure.
Well, I guess y'all volunteering today to be out here?
We've been volunteering out here all week, and we'll be here through Sunday.
All right. Well, thank you for doing it, guys. Really informative.
Thanks for stopping by.
I don't remember them having these in World War II either. Now on to the real prize, the Warbirds. It's amazing, all like the Warbirds here, and these are all like, I guess, privately owned, and people just, you know, kind of refurbish them and go fly them for fun. I mean, that surely would be, it'd be a pretty cool toy to have. We got a nice look at a unique P-51 twin. Well, pretty interesting. I thought that was just a gimmick somebody made, but it actually was a production aircraft. They made 200 something of them. Tried to get it in for World War II, but they didn't. They made it for Korea. Fighter escorts. We are leaving the Warbird area behind, and now we are in the home built. So these are all amateur built airplanes, so not production aircraft. Pretty cool. I've flown in a few of these, the Lancers and such. There's a Long Easy back there, and pretty cool airplanes here. If I had the time, I'd love to build one, but don't have the time. There are some pretty strange home-built experimental aircraft. One thing I think is pretty interesting, but I would never buy it, is this single-engine jet right here. You can build it for about $113,000, it says, but what are you going to do with a single-engine jet? It only has a 300 nautical or 300 statute mile range. Cool though. It'll do it quickly. That's the line for ice cream, and it's not even the hottest year. It's pretty reasonable this year. It's one thing I never understood doing is crop dusting. I mean, you got, you know, 500 pounds or however many liters or whatever, I don't even know, of pesticide in there, and you're spraying it over crops. You're only like 10 feet off the ground, like just all day, power lines and all that. I mean, if you do crash, then you're surrounded by pesticides. No thanks. It's kind of funny, so we're in the HondaJet tent, and they've got the Honda airplane, but they're also selling generators and weed eaters and stuff in the corner.
We recognize those little things.
Yeah, so HondaJet. I've heard of them. I haven't really seen one in person, so let's take a look. So this is Michael with Banyan, and you represent HondaJet?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the HondaJet, just the basic performance and stuff.
Sure. The HondaJet is the most modern technology jet out there. It's been out for 3 years. There's about 150 of them flying around. 43,000 feet high, 422 knots.
Oh, wow.
Single pilot,
Okay.
up to 7 passengers depending on the model. About a 1,400 nautical mile range. We've been the #1 jet the last 2 years, 2017 and 18, meaning we delivered more jets in our class than anybody else.
Okay. And I see it's got the Garmin 3000?
Garmin 3000 with a Honda twist, what I call it. There's a lot of features that are added to it because of Honda.
Okay. And so tell me about the engines here. I know that's unique.
Very unique.
Why is it, why?
Sure, it's called the over-the-wing engine mount. It is designed by Honda. It reduces drag. It also is more fuel efficient, and it's not connected to the cabin, so you have more room in the cabin. There's no noise, no vibrations. I actually watch movies on my iPad without earplugs.
Oh, really?
It's very, very quiet in the cabin.
Okay, cool. So if anybody's interested, how can they find you and do that?
The best way is I work at Banyan Air Service in Fort Lauderdale, at a Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, and I cover the whole Southeast.
All right, well, we'll link your email there, and I think you showed it.
Oh, appreciate it.
All right, cool.
Next, it was on to the Boeing Plaza to check out the Big Iron.
We're here with Matt, and you work for the U.S. Forest Service?
That's right, U.S. Forest Service.
And so this is a Shorts, what do you call this airplane?
It's Shorts 330,
Okay. And
or the Army designation is the C-23A. It's a Sherpa, which is basically, the difference is it has a ramp.
okay. And you guys have set this one up for smoke jumping, is that right?
Yeah,
And so you're one of the pilots on it, but you also used to be a smoke jumper?
yeah, I was a smoke jumper a lot longer.
Right. And
Most of my young life.
so how do you get called up on a mission? Do you have much advance notice or anything? Or how does that work?
No, so basically the way it works is you're either sweeping the floor or weeding the garden, and we have a big like a air horn, like a train horn. 2 blasts is smoke jumpers.
Okay.
So you'll hear that horn, and you're scrambling. I got to put this on. These guys got to put a lot more stuff on, as you saw. So the goal is 2 minutes from that blast to one engine's turning.
2 minutes, really?
Yeah. 2
Wow,
minutes.
that's fast. Okay.
So we'll start the right engine first. These guys are still loading in this side, and we're grabbing a latitude, along, and trying to figure out where we're going, what's going on, and then as quick as we can get going, we're off.
Okay, and then so how many smoke jumpers do you carry in this? 10.
So with 10 jumpers, we're limited by 2.5 hours of fuel.
Okay. And then when you drop them, how high are you? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it takes like an hour to drop everybody, and well, maybe not an hour, but it's going to take a while because you got to scope it out, drop the guys, drop the cargo, make sure everybody's out of the trees. Right. So that's limiting us to like an hour and a half of actual to and from time. So our range is, hopefully it's within a couple 100 miles.
Okay.
But we're going to be looking for fuel somewhere.
Right, yeah, to get fuel along the way. And so what altitude do you drop your guys, AGL, when you do that?
So two kinds of parachutes. We used to all be round. That's 1,500 feet. Now we're switching to the square. Everybody's supposed to be on the square the next, 5 years. So that's 3,000 feet.
Okay, 3,000 feet. And as a smoke jumper, how long would y'all be on mission and on the ground?
Basically until you catch it. So we've got enough food for 3 days. If you don't catch it in 3 days, that means it's going big probably.
Yeah.
So then you kind of reassess. Okay. You either get resupplied with food, or you go back to the base and you call in like crews and shift back to a bigger picture kind of plan.
So you guys are kind of like the quick reaction force.
Quick reaction. We could be there we can stay out up to 3 weeks, but typically they don't want us to sit on a fire that long. They want us to either fix it or go back and let somebody else deal with it.
Hey Matt, thank you so much. I appreciate you doing this for us and keeping the country fire free, I hope so.
Oh yeah.
All right, well thank you.
Just because the sun's going down at Oshkosh does not mean the party's over.
Alright, another day at the IRA Airventure. Saw some cool stuff yesterday, the Warbirds and such. Today we're going to look at the vintage aircraft and like the ultralights and stuff. Really, there's so much to see here, you couldn't see it all. You'd need a week to see it all, but we're trying to fit it into 2 days. So.
People are saying they come back every year and do it a little bit better than the last year. They learned something.
Yeah, so got more to see now. Let's go do it.
This is Sam, and you're the owner of Samson, or what is this thing?
Okay, cool. Well, this thing is Samson Skies, the company. The Switchblade is the vehicle's name.
Okay.
And it's named that way for the way the wings swing in and out, like the blades of a pocket knife from the belly of the vehicle.
Right.
So this is something you park in your garage, drive it to the airport, swing the wings out, the tail unfurls in the back, and you take off and fly, land it wherever you want to go, swing the wings in, and drive that last 2 miles.
Is it pretty simple to swing in and out? I mean, how long does it take to go from car mode to airplane mode?
It's about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Push button, it does it all, and then it goes out and locks. Everything locks in place. You got a row of green lights. Of course, you're doing a pilot walk around anyway and making sure, but it's pretty simple.
Cool. And so what are some of the performance specs on it? Well, how fast will it go in the air and on the ground and everything?
Well, we do call it a flying sports car, and the reason being it goes targeted for 190 miles per hour in the air. We cruise at about 160 On the ground, we've had it over 100 miles an hour. We think our top speed will be about 120.
Okay. Feels pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the power to weight of a 2017 Corvette.
Okay.
So on the ground, it's like Bozumba.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was telling me. It's like when you're taking off in this, so you have the propeller turning, but when you're taking off, the wheels are driving you as well. So
Yes.
you're getting off the ground pretty quick.
And that way you've got a lot of runway in front of you as you take off. You get up there and you start to feel something not so great, whatever, you still have room to sit down.
Yeah.
So
Very cool machine. So what kind of range will it do?
450 miles.
Okay. Well, cool. Very cool thing, and it's pretty affordable too from looking at it. So I was looking at the pricing over there. So.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it in a price range because that's where we see a marketing area where we know we can sell a lot.
Okay.
We've worked for 2.5 years to develop methods of making carbon fiber parts about half price in about an eighth the time. So that's what we're really looking for, is keeping it in that affordable range.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you for telling us about the airplane part.
Yeah, you bet.
All right. So thanks.
All right, well, this is Sven with Wakow Airplanes.
Well, hello.
Well, hello, how have you been?
Oh, great. Good to see you
Awesome.
again.
It's nice to see you too, and I recognize this airplane.
You do. Well, it was good memories, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
One of the best rides ever.
Yeah, we flew Miami South Beach from Fort Lauderdale, and it was just a great experience, wasn't it?
Yes, it was fun.
Yeah.
Too bad we didn't get to land though.
Maybe next time.
Next time?
We should do it next time.
Yes, let's totally do that. All right, well, tell me a little bit more about Wakow and all these other airplanes.
Well, we're here in Oshkosh, and we're totally excited because in Battle Creek next year we're expanding, and we're going to have a new FBO and a restaurant on site, so we're going to expect a lot of traffic.
All right, well, tell me about this gorgeous plane.
Well, this is our latest airplane we produced. It's a 2019 model. It's for a dear customer from Austria. And he was gracious enough to lend us the airplane to display here at Oshkosh with a brand new everything, overhauled engine, zero-time engine, and great glass cockpit as well.
Oh my gosh, I love the propeller. I love the paint job. How fast does this thing go?
This goes about 100 miles an hour, so
all right.
just fast enough to enjoy the low altitude.
Let your hair blow in the wind.
Absolutely.
How can people get a hold of you?
Over the internet at wakowaircraft.com.
All right, perfect. Well, Sven, thank you for showing me around these beautiful planes.
Anytime.
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right, now we are in the vintage aircraft parking section. So the ones they put on the front line, generally towards where the people are and all this, they're generally like show winners and pretty high quality aircraft. But there's a whole mix of different vintage airplanes in here. I mean, the DC-3s and the Stinsons and all that stuff around here. Really cool seeing these old aircraft history. There's some pillows so you can just be laying down out there.
How cool would that be? Watch the clouds as you cut through them?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I love these old airplanes. I mean, the new ones are cool, and it'd be nice to have, you know, a nice luxurious airplane, but these are just, man, these are cool. I think it's really cool how they try to park all the similar aircraft together, like all the 195s are all in the same couple rows. I love those things, those are great.
As well as veterans.
I'd love to have one of those. This is the last thing we're actually going to take the time to purposely go see, I think, just because we're so tired.
I'm so hot.
And it's hot. But the Flying Cowboys, they're kind of a group of guys that all have these little short takeoff and landing airplanes. Some of them have their own YouTube channels and stuff, but pretty fun little toys going out there and landing in the middle of nowhere. And just for reference on how big the tires are.
This big. Waist high.
Yeah. I am here with the Flying Tigers. That's Mark, Brandon, and Brooke.
And so, thanks. It's good to meet you guys.
Yeah, great to meet you too.
Thank you. So, tell me a little bit about what you guys do.
We came up with a 2-aircraft or 2-ship team performance to really energize the crowd and use pyrotechnics on the ground.
Pyrotechnic, okay.
Yeah, with a friend, the help of mine, Scott Clark, a mutual friend of ours.
Right.
Okay, you met him probably on a previous episode.
Yeah.
He helped me design a smoke ring generator that produced these giant smoke rings on a consistent basis.
And you put it on the airplane?
Well, no, it's actually on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And it's we use compressed air, propane, a little bit of diesel, a little bit of Jet A, and a little bit of it's a mixture of cocktails of volatile fuels, I guess you could say. Anyway, we propel that up in the air in a nice fireball and make these giant rings that can go up to 300 feet in diameter, and we fly through them.
Okay.
So crowd finds that fascinating, so we really enjoy it.
So now you fly as well doing all this? You fly through the rings and do that?
No, I'm the guy that's shooting the smoke rings.
Oh, you're the guy shooting the smoke rings. Okay, so you get the pyrotechnic. Any burned off eyebrows or anything?
No, not really.
Scott.
We make sure we're far enough away from the generators as we're performing in a safe manner, but other than that, no burns.
Okay, and then you guys have you won this pretty prestigious award. You want to tell us what this is?
Well, this is the Bill Barber Award for Showmanship. So once a year, any of the performers that are currently on the circuit may get a nomination for it. And then all their peers vote on who should win. So there's not a selection committee or anything. It's kind of like the People's Award if you want to associate with something similar out in Hollywood. But this is probably one of the highest honors we could obviously get, and we're very stoked, if you want to, that's a good word, or excited about it, and surprised and shocked and all that stuff. My other teammate, Mark Novoselsky, who's not currently here, he's out practicing for the World Aerobatic Competition right now, which will take place in 2 weeks over in Paris, France.
Cool.
And that's like the World Olympics of aerobatics. So he's out training for that today. That's the reason why he's not here.
And how do you like seeing him up there flying and them doing all this? Is it nerve-wracking at all?
You asked the crowd favorite question. Ever since the very beginning, I've always been asked, aren't you scared when your husband does that? Right. And I said, honey, don't let him drive to the hotel after the show. No. I have met Mark, and when I met him, he was an Army aviator at a very young age and fought in Desert Storm for our freedom. And there was absolutely no question in my mind that I had to trust his judgment on anything about flying.
Okay.
So I would not let him drive to the hotel.
Well, good. I understand how that is. All right, so if anybody wants to get in touch with you or get more information about you, how can they do that?
Oh, wow. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, under the Twin Tigers Aerobatic Team, or at our website at tigerairshows.com. That's one of the quickest ways to get in touch with us. But if you got great photos, we'd love to see them. We're always judging those too.
All right, well, guys, thanks for letting me talk to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Really cool stuff. And,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, congratulations on the award.
Thank you very much.
Back it up and leave it.
Yep.
Have a safe flight.
Heck yeah, had a fun time here at Oshkosh. Definitely an experience. If you're into airplanes, you gotta come check it out sometime. But short flight today over Chicago. We're catching a flight down to St. Vincent to go sailing. So if you haven't checked out our other channel, it's Sailing Doodles. You can see more footage of that coming soon. But pretty cool experience here at Oshkosh.